and spent more than $12,000 on them. To make sure the collection stays together, he donated all of them to the Shannon Airport right near his house, the place where his love of aviation began. The collector's favorite, a Boeing KC tanker, one of only 10 ever made around the world.
Wow.
A spectacular collection. That is our time for now. Thanks for watching. News 3 at 5 starts right after this. Right now at 5, Madison police are investigating after a teenager was shot near La Follette High School. We'll hear what neighbors are saying.
A local citizen group says it's trying to catch sexual predators, how officers are responding.
And we'll give you a sneak peek of Madison's newest music venue ahead of its grand opening.
This is News 3 at 5.
Thanks for staying with News 3. A Madison teen is recovering after being shot this morning.
It happened near La Follette High School, prompting a school lockdown. We have team coverage of the shooting, and we start with Keely Arthur, who is at the scene with more. Keely?
Witnesses here are saying students are coming from La Follette High School during school hours, walking into this east side neighborhood for a, quote, daily fight club. And it is turning more violent. Today, instead of punches, there were bullets.
I went to get my phone to call 911 because that's what we do in this neighborhood every time there's a fight club.
For Bonnie Lynn Greer, Fight Club is not a movie. It's the near daily showing of teen fighting, she says, happening right outside her window.
You can't imagine how big these groups are. Sometimes there's at least 30 kids out here. They're trying to knock each other out, as far as I can tell.
Today, fisticuffs turned into shots fired.
I hit the floor because I didn't want to get hit by a stray bullet, so I'm laying flat on my living room floor while bullets are flying. And it's like, what's going on in this neighborhood?
Just before 11 a.m., police say a 16-year-old boy was shot following a fight involving a group of teenagers. Madison Metropolitan School officials confirming the victim is a student at La Follette High School, just a block away from where this all took place.
We are struggling as a community and as a police department with young people with guns who are finding it a way to resolve their differences, to shoot at each other.
Concerned now that it will be an innocent bystander shot next.
One stray bullet hit this poor man's SUV, and he was just driving through the intersection.
If you zoom in with your cameras, you'll see that there's a bullet hole right where the passenger window is, and we could have had somebody killed who was completely uninvolved in this case.
As authorities continue to investigate, Bonnie is looking to Madison school officials, asking them to finally turn Fight Club off.
I'm shocked, horrified, but not surprised. They have to do something about this campus at La Follette. It's a danger to themselves, and it's a danger to the community.
And that shooter still at large, and police still in this area patrolling it, trying to make sure things are safe even 6 hours after the shooting. Back to you.
Keely Arthur reporting this afternoon. Keely, thank you. Parents
and students at La Follette and also Senate Middle School are left worried and confused after what happened.
The school district sent multiple letters urging parents there was no threat at the school, but they took safety precautions to keep students safe. Rose Schmidt spoke with parents as they picked their children up halfway through the school day, and she tells us what they are saying.
Well, the shooting happened in a neighborhood near La Follette High School and Senate Middle School. So police recommended that administrators keep students inside as a precaution. But the scene at the school was quite chaotic this morning as many parents waited outside the main entrance and didn't know what was happening. School administrators kept all students inside for lunch. All safety measures were lifted just after 1 o'clock. I spoke with a number of parents who were anxious for the school to release their children to them.
They're being very hush about it. So, yeah, I'm pretty concerned, but my daughter has a cell phone on her. Thank God for cell phones. So she's been texting me. She says she's safe, so I'm okay with that.
This is the second time in a week these two schools were on lockdown. Last Wednesday, a shooting on a city bus near Flom Road and Monona Drive led these two schools and Monona Grove High School to be placed on lockdown. But today, the district encouraged students to stay in school until the end of the 4th block, and they had additional supervision for regular dismissal. We spoke with a mom who plans to keep her daughter home for the rest of the school week. You'll hear from her on News 3 at 6.
Rose, thank you.
Turning now to weather, crisp fall-like temperatures with plenty of sunshine. Your first alert weather now with meteorologist Dana Fulton. Dana?
It was beautiful outside today. No complaints from my corner for the Wednesday forecast. Certainly felt like fall and looked like fall outside. A little bit of cloud coverage out there looking at a live camera, our WISC-TV sky camera right now. Still a lovely evening. If you have any outdoor plans, you're all good to go. No complaints for us. Even looking at our visible cloud track, you can see just a few clouds building in over the last few hours, but we have had plenty of sunshine for us today. No rain concerns throughout much of the Midwest. We have a few showers up towards the edge of North Dakota and Minnesota. That'll be moving our way as we head towards tomorrow, but today stay nice and dry for us. Temperature-wise, everyone's kind of in the same boat here. Mid to low 60s as we start to wrap up our Wednesday. 63 in Madison right now, closer to 64 in Janesville. So no big temperature jumps or drops for us for today throughout much of central and southern Wisconsin. A little bit of a breeze, though. Wind speeds have been about 5 to 15 miles per hour, about 3 miles per hour in Madison right now. So we're staying fairly calm, but we have seen some wind gusts pick up a little bit coming from the west, and so some cooler air shifting on in. Today we hit a high of 63, so that's where we're sitting at right now. That is just a little below average, but we started the morning off right where we should be in the mid-60s, again with that mix of clouds and sun. We do have some cool weather on the way for the rest of the week, and also some more rain chances coming up. We'll take a closer look at your forecast in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Dana. Federal Emergency Management Agency crews will be in Sauk County tomorrow assessing flood damage to homes and businesses. Home and business owners do not need to be present for FEMA to assess damage. FEMA will not go inside homes. They will do an assessment from outside the structure. Officials say these assessments are only preliminary and they will not be going to all impacted homes in the county.
The remaining victim injured in a workplace shooting in Middleton last week has been released from the hospital. Officials there confirmed the third victim was released last night. 3 victims were initially transported from WTS Paradigm a week ago after a gunman opened fire in the software company. The 2 other victims were released from the hospital Saturday. Court documents indicate one victim was shot by employee Anthony Tong 10 times. The CEO of WTS Paradigm said the company is offering support services and grief counselors to employees of the company and allowing them to return at their own pace.
Police in Edgerton are raising concerns about a citizen group, it's trying to catch sexual predators.
The creator of the group is an Edgerton resident who says he is trying to lure sexual predators to the town so he can expose them online. Rock County reporter Adam Duxter joins us from our bureau at the Janesville Gazette with what police in Edgerton, as well as the Attorney General, are saying tonight. Adam?
Well, Eric, the group calls themselves Worldwide Predator Hunters, although its founder is based in Edgerton. And what this group does is they pose as children, and if someone tries to get in contact with them to meet up, well, they stream that confrontation online. Now, this group's only about a month old, but its founder told me today they've already had men come as far away from Illinois to come to Edgerton in hopes of meeting up with the teenager. But police are concerned luring these potentially dangerous predators into the city could do more harm than good.
They are making our life more stressful. It would have been better if this organization would have came to us in the very beginning so we could have tied up all the loose ends.
The group's founder is a man named Johnny Pretty, and again, he's an Edgerton resident. We talked to him today, and he says he created what he calls a vigilante group that's dedicated to keeping kids safe. And as you said, we have heard just recently from Attorney General Brad Schimmel, who's warning the group that their actions are unauthorized and could be what he calls, quote, highly dangerous. We'll have much more about this coming up at News 3 on 6.
The AG's statement just out in the last few minutes. Adam Duxer live in Janesville. Adam, thank you. Bear repellent was determined to be the source of an irritant that affected several residents in a downtown apartment building last night. Emergency crews responded about 8 o'clock to an apartment building. This was in the 400 block of West Johnson for reports of multiple people with similar symptoms, including sneezing, watery eyes, and an irritated throat. 3 women told firefighters they came home about 2 hours earlier and noticed something peppery in the air. Firefighters found a bottle of grizzly bear repellent in a storage locker in the basement that accidentally broke open. No one was taken to the hospital.
Governor Walker is calling for the resignation of a Republican state lawmaker after 3 female lawmakers said he made sexual and racial comments at a GOP caucus this summer. The governor tweeted his comments, calling Representative Rob Brooks offensive and disrespectful, and said that he should resign from office, period. Reports say Brooks told Representative Jesse Rodriguez he was buying drinks for everyone at the event except her because she is Hispanic. He is also accused of making sexual comments to 2 other colleagues. Brooks said in a statement that he made some stupid comments while under the influence of alcohol and has apologized for his actions.
Tomorrow night, the doors will open at the new Sylvie, Madison's new 2,500 capacity music venue right along East Washington Avenue. Mostly standing only, but there is a VIP lounge, 3rd floor suites as well. The Sylvie will host artists from all musical genres to appeal to the wide array of tastes in Madison. And no matter where you are inside the Sylvie, you should get a pretty good view of the stage.
I think that they're really going to be amazed at the sight lines in here and just how intimate it feels for a 2,500 capacity venue. With every square inch of this place, it's darn near impossible to get more than 85 feet away from the stage. So no matter where you are in the house, you're going to feel pretty up close and personal with the bands.
And the first show tomorrow is Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats. Girding says 7 of their shows have sold out before the Sylvie has even opened. Parking, by the way, it'll get a little easier in November when a new parking garage will open next door.
Contractors are still working on a stretch of the Capital City Trail that has been closed since midsummer. The repaving portion and shoulder restoration is done. The Capital City Trail from Nob Hill Road to Glacier Valley Road was first closed on July 9th. The project was only supposed to take 6 weeks to complete, but flooding on the trail pushed back contractors in getting the job completed. Officials say it will be at least a week yet until the trail is back open.
7 dogs displaced by Hurricane Florence arrived at the Greene County Humane Society this week. According to a Facebook post, GCHS coordinated with the Humane Society of the United States and the Humane Animal Welfare Society of Waukesha County to take in these dogs. The animals were cleared from a shelter down in Greenville, South Carolina, in anticipation of a large amount of displaced animals that will be arriving at Eastern Seaboard shelters over the next couple of weeks. The dogs will be available for adoption starting September 28th once medically cleared.
There's more to come on News 3 at 5. Up next, a 3rd woman has come forward accusing Judge Brett Kavanaugh of sexual misconduct. Why the president is firing back against that woman's attorney.
And on Wall Street, stocks seeing red numbers across the board today. The Dow off 107 points. The Nasdaq falls 17. The S&P 500 drops almost 10. We'll be right back. The president hitting back on Twitter after a third woman goes public with claims of sexual assault against Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh.
The president fired back against Michael Avenatti, the lawyer who is representing that woman. The president wrote Avenatti is a third-rate lawyer who is good at making false accusations, like he did on me and like he is now doing on Judge Brett Kavanaugh, a total lowlife, end quote. Avenatti's client, Julie Swetnick, said, I became the victim of one of these gang or train rapes where Mark Judge and Brett Kavanaugh were present. President Trump calls Democrats con artists.
And they've destroyed a man's reputation, and they want to destroy it even more. And I think people are going to see that in the midterms. What they've done to this family, what they've done to these children, these beautiful children of his, and what they've done to his wife. And they know it's a big, fat con job. And they go into a room, and I guarantee you, they laugh like hell at what they pulled off on you and on the public. They laugh like hell.
Senate Democrats are calling for President Trump to withdraw Kavanaugh's nomination. For now, the Senate Judiciary Republicans intend to go forward with Thursday's hearing with Kavanaugh and his accuser, Dr. Christine Blasey Ford.
Also, the president addressed the UN Security Council today where he accused China of trying to interfere in the 2018 midterm elections.
They do not want me or us to win because I am the first president ever to challenge China on trade. We don't want them to meddle or interfere in our upcoming election.
China's foreign minister quickly dismissed the allegation, calling it nonsense as he left the UN. President Trump also had more harsh criticism for Iran in his remarks to the Security Council, saying they export violence, terror, and turmoil. Iran's foreign minister called the U.S. decision to reimpose sanctions an act of unprecedented vengeance and called the U.S. withdrawal from the 2015 Iran nuclear deal, quote, unlawful and unjustified.
And we head out to the backyard patio for a look at our first alert weather. Hi, Dana.
Hey, guys. Frankly, I think we should all be outside right now. There's no reason to be indoors this evening. It's really beautiful outside, a little cool, but not too bad for us right now. Really had a beautiful day, mix of clouds and sun. Looking at our visible cloud track, you can see just over the last few hours, we've only had a few little spotty clouds for us throughout central and southern Wisconsin. Otherwise, a really pleasant afternoon as well as evening as we head through the next several hours. We aren't expecting much cloud coverage to really build back in. Doppler track also staying pretty mellow. Notice the clock up there in the corner. It's running. I promise this isn't a still image. We just haven't had anything move in for the last few hours. A dry day. No rain traces for us. Compared to about 24 hours ago, just a few degrees warmer for us in Madison. Now off to the east, they're quite a bit cooler. They were able to stay a little warmer for yesterday afternoon. And of course, off to the west, a little warmer for that direction as well compared to what we saw 24 hours ago. That cold front that slid through now well to the southeast. We're enjoying some high pressure, keeping things mostly clear for us throughout Wisconsin, Illinois, and much of the Midwest. Our next weather system, though, is brewing off to the northwest. As you can see, that area of low pressure is going to slowly drop south. By tomorrow afternoon, starting to see a few showers push back into the area. Those showers kind of lingering overnight. Not expecting anything too severe, but we are going to have a little bit of rainfall come through late Thursday, and then some wraparound moisture might move back in for us late Friday. But otherwise, things will stay fairly mellow. Those rain chances stay pretty minimal for us. So looking at the timing here, overnight, mostly clear. Breeze coming from the west-southwest for us as we head overnight. And otherwise, pretty mellow. Chilly as we start off tomorrow morning, close to 44 for our overnight lows to start off our Thursday. We'll see some sunshine to start off the morning, and then the clouds slowly building back in throughout the afternoon, and that rain chance coming in as well. So your drive home, you may need the windshield wiper blades a few times for your Thursday commute. Showers again expected overnight. May see a few thunderstorms mixed on in there. Again, our severe potential stays pretty low, but not ruling out the chance, of course, to see some heavier rainfall or even some gustier winds as those isolated thunderstorms could pop up closer to about 9 to midnight for us for Thursday. Heading into Friday morning, we do have a few clouds still lingering, another cool start to the day, and then we have a rain chance coming in later on Friday. You can see by 5 o'clock it's still kind of lingering over towards Minnesota, but the chance just kind of knocking on our door. Beautiful day for us if you're downtown. I hope you're able to get outside and enjoy it just a little bit. 63 our high, which is where we're sitting close to right now, nowhere near the record of 87. We don't want to touch that. We're enjoying the fall-like weather. Humidity is at 46%, so that's another reason why it feels so comfortable outside. We're keeping our dew points pretty low. Compared to average, we started off this week, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, above average, and then notice how we're going to end it. Temperatures continuing to cool on down for us as we're just marching through the rest of September, heading towards October, just a little bit below average for the next several days. Overnight lows tonight in the mid-40s to start off tomorrow. Mostly clear and fairly cool for us tomorrow. We'll be in the mid-60s. Those clouds will build in, and again, we're looking at a pretty breezy day with the rain chances coming in later and that front moving in a little closer. So we have the rain chances late for us on Thursday and again late on Friday. Overnight lows will again drop into the mid-40s heading into Friday morning. Heading into Saturday morning, though, we may actually see some patchy frost as temperatures are expected to drop into the upper 30s. Saturday, we'll get some sunshine back in the forecast in the mid-50s for afternoon highs. Sunday, our rain chance picks back up for us. It's going to linger as we head into next week. Sunday evening, much of the day on Monday, and then heading into Tuesday morning, we'll have a batch of rain come through, and then we have a rain chance coming in again Tuesday night and into Wednesday. Middle and end of next week, we'll start to clear up and stay fairly cool. I want to check in real quick with the first alert traffic. I just looked at our accidents. The good news, there are none. Big old goose egg. That's always good. A little slow, though, along the Beltline. If you're trying to head westbound, heading about 45 miles an hour. Eastbound, about 22 miles per hour. So a little slow if you're trying to head eastbound right now. Westbound, delayed just a little bit, but not too bad. Throughout Dane County, as I mentioned, no major accidents to report right now. Interstates seem to be rolling along fairly smoothly currently. It's just the Beltline that we're seeing the delays. If you're heading eastbound on University Avenue towards Verona Road, just a 7-minute drive there. A little slower, though, Verona Road to John Nolan, 8 minutes, average speed about 31 miles per hour, and then John Nolan heading to 39 and 90, about 5 minutes. A lot of green on the screen. We do have some isolated red spots where things are slowing down just a little bit for us. I think people are trying to enjoy the weather. Maybe that the windows rolled down and going a little slower on the Beltline.
Sunroof open.
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Yes, definitely a good idea for this evening.
Dana, thank you.
And still ahead at 5, a new trial giving more relief and treatment options to people with arthritis. We'll explain when we return. Welcome back. 1 in 4 Americans is living with arthritis and struggling with aching bones and joints every day.
Research is underway in the U.S. and Britain that could provide more options for long-term relief. CBS's Gwen Baumgartner has the story from London.
Book. Each day, Linda Doherty takes care of her grandson, Sullivan. At one time, this simple act of picking him up wouldn't have been possible.
I would have been not only in a lot of pain holding him, I'm not sure if I'd be confident lifting a baby with the way my thumbs were.
Move your thumb out to the side.
After a decade of unsuccessful injections, creams, and splints to treat her arthritis, Linda's doctor, Philip Sauvé, told her about an experimental treatment that uses a thumb implant.
When he explained that I would be one of the first he'd operate on, I wasn't scared. I was almost excited because I wanted it to work so bad.
It allows good range of movement.
Dr. Sauvé inserts a synthetic cartilage implant into the base of the thumb so the bones don't rub together. The Cartiva implant is different because surgeons don't have to remove any bone and patients are better able to pinch and grip things.
All of my patients have improved with regards to their pain relief, range of movement and grip strength.
After years of suffering, Linda says she left the half-hour surgery pain-free.
So how's the pain?
Brilliant.
Really good.
Yeah.
She appreciates the new independence, even in small ways.
You ready? Yeah.
So easy.
So easy.
The synthetic cartilage is already available in the U.S. for arthritis in the big toe. Doctors hope eventually it will be used for knees and other joints.
Got carrots tonight.
Gwen Baumgartner, CBS News, Portsmouth, England.
In addition to the United Kingdom, hospitals in 6 U.S. cities, including New York City, Boston, Indianapolis, Rochester, New York, Atlanta, and San Diego, are also involved in the thumb implant trial.
We'll have another check of your forecast in just a moment. Stay with us.
Tonight on the CBS Evening News, we will look at the latest allegation against Brett Kavanaugh. The afternoon before he and Christine Blasey Ford are scheduled to testify before the Senate Judiciary Committee. We have complete coverage tonight from our team in Washington on the CBS Evening News, and then be sure to tune in tomorrow for live gavel-to-gavel coverage of the hearings.
And Dana's here with the final check of your forecast.
So overall, things are going to continue to stay cool for us, which is nice feeling outside. The only problem here, we do have some rain chances marching back into the forecast for Thursday, especially in the afternoon and overnight. Friday, we'll start off with some sunshine as well, with some showers coming in later. Tomorrow's temperatures similar to today in the mid-60s, a little cooler for us though. Friday and Saturday as another cold front swings on through. Overnight lows Friday into Saturday, take note, in the upper 30s potentially for the first time since May, so it could be a very chilly start to our Saturday.
We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 at 6. CBS Evening News is next.